Since we've had these like smaller crowds, I haven't bothered to remind people to turn their phone off, but since I forgot to do mine the other night, I thought I would do that. Remind you all of that. I'm glad you all come out this evening. Appreciate you keeping your social distance there. I'm going to call the meeting to order. And then Pledge of Allegiance. Who do we want to ask to lead us? Mr. Fowler, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, sir? Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Joe, that doesn't mean you get to bill us for extra time just because you led the pledge. Announcements and presentations. I don't believe we have any. Am I correct with that, Mr. City Manager? Very good. Staff action items. We have city clerk. We have the approval of the minutes. We had a lot of meetings last month, so we'll go in order. The first one is a called meeting of November 5th.
Motion to turn on my microphone. Motion to approve the minutes for the called meeting of November 5th, 2020 as submitted.
Second.
Very good. Is there any discussion? Motion is second then to approve the called meeting minutes of November 5th as submitted. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. All right, next one, City Council work session of November 12th.
Motion to approve the minutes from the City Council work session of November 12, 2020 as submitted.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All right, motion is second then to approve the work session minutes from November 12th. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. Next item is the City Council regular meeting of November 17.
Motion to approve the minutes from the regular City Council meeting of November 17, 2020 as submitted.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, we have motion second then to approve the regular meeting minutes of November 17 as submitted. All those in favor? And that passes unanimously. All right, we've got a couple more. City Council public hearing of December 2nd.
Motion to approve the minutes for the City Council public hearing meeting of December 2nd, 2020 as submitted.
Second.
Any discussion? Motion is second then to approve the public hearing minutes of December 2nd as submitted. All those in favor? Passes unanimously. And the last one under minutes is the City Council public hearing of December 3rd.
Motion to approve the minutes for the City Council public hearing meeting on December 3rd, 2020 as submitted.
Second.
Very good. Is there any discussion on this item? So motion is second then to approve the public hearing minutes from December 3rd as submitted. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. Next, we have a resolution to establish the 2021 fee schedule.
Motion to approve the resolution adopting the 2021 fee schedule for the City of Chamblee.
Second.
Very good. Is there any discussion? All right, we have a motion second then to adopt and approve the resolution to establish 2021 fee schedule for the City of Chamblee. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. We need to set the qualifying fees for the 2021 municipal election.
Motion to direct staff to publish qualifications fees for the 2021 municipal election in accordance with Georgia state law.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second then to direct staff to set the qualifying fees for the 2021 municipal election in accordance with state law. All those in favor? Oh, passes unanimously. All right. City Manager, we have another resolution that pertains to the 2021 budget.
Motion to adopt the 2021 budget and budget resolution as submitted by staff.
Second.
Any discussion? A motion and a second then to adopt the resolution and the budget for 2021 year as submitted by the staff. All those in favor? Passes unanimously. We also have occupational tax license contract.
Motion to authorize the mayor to sign a contract with HDL for our tax license contract.
Second.
Any discussion? So we have a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign a contract with HDL pertaining to their services for occupational tax license contract. All those in favor? And that passed unanimously. I'm going to pause here and turn it over to Mr. Mock for just a moment.
Motion to suspend the rules to add an item to the agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules. We will then add an item to the agenda. All those in favor? I forgot that part. That passed unanimously. All right, we can add an item to the agenda.
Motion to add budget resolution to confirm the allocation of CARES Act funds from DeKalb County to the agenda.
Second.
Very good. Is there any discussion? All right, we have motion second then to add a budget resolution to confirm the allocation of CARES Act funds from DeKalb County to the agenda. All those in favor? That passed unanimously. All right, now we'll turn it over to the city manager to kind of tee us up for us.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a budget amendment for the CARES Act funds that we did receive. Council approved a budget amendment resolution in October appropriating those grant funds through what we have is Fund 250 Multiple Grants Fund. This was established before we had completed the IGA with the county. The county IGA does require that we establish a separate fund for CARES Act monies. So we are creating a Fund 251, Chamblee Coronavirus Relief Fund. All of the CARES Act funds will be placed in this fund and then distributed to the general fund prior to the end of the year.
Great, thanks, John. Any questions from the council? All right.
Motion to approve the budget resolution to confirm the allocation of CARES Act funds from DeKalb County.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, we have motion second then to adopt a budget resolution to confirm the allocation of CARES Act funds from DeKalb County. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. All right, moving on to the Development Department. The first item we have is PZ 2020-687, which is 3727 Harts Court.
Motion to approve as submitted.
Second.
Any discussion?
Can I make a friendly amendment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I can listen to it, then I'll let you know.
We listen to a friendly amendment. I would like to include in that, if at all possible, that if the city has need to remove that fence to do any work in the right-of-way, the city will not be required to replace it.
I will accept that amendment, and I also believe we received an email from the applicant stating that, and I would like for her to come to the microphone and also confirm that that's her wish. Angela?
Okay. Good evening. Yes, that's what we are. We'll be happy to do anything that is required in the future from the city.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Same to you. All right, do we have any other discussion on this item? All right, so we have a motion and a second to approve the variances as requested by the applicant with the friendly amendment that in case the city ever needs to, and my computer just went down on me, in case the city ever needs to use the right-of-way in the future, the city could take down the fence and not be required to replace it. All those in favor? And that passes unanimously. Next item is PZ 2020-689, which is 2135 American Industrial Way.
You skipped one.
Oh, did I? Sorry, you're right, I did. PZ 2020-688, which is 5880 Peachtree Boulevard, which is a sign variance.
Motion to approve with staff recommendations.
Second.
Oh, I heard Karen.
Karen got it.
All right, so motion is second. Is there any discussion on this item?
I would also, the applicant submitted a document detailing the maintenance and upkeep plans, and I would like that added to the record, if possible. Staff can add that to it.
Very good. Is there any other items on this? So we have a motion and a second then to approve the sign variance for 5880 Peachtree Boulevard with the conditions from staff and to add the document that the applicant provided pertaining to the maintenance of the sign itself. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. All right. Thank you, Leslie, for catching me on that. The next item then, we are on to PZ 2020-689, which is 2135 American Industrial Way.
Okay. Motion to approve staff recommendations with the following exhibits and conditions. Approved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to read them. 2, 3, 4, and 5 were design review board recommendations. Approval of the following variances and waiver requests. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in part and deny in part. And the only part that I wish to deny on number 8 is the landscape zone requirements in the event that the pine trees cannot be saved. Grant number 9. Grant number 10, however, in the event the pine trees cannot be saved, upon review by city manager, the applicant will install a concrete pavered brick or gray concrete sidewalk. Approval of number 11, number 12, 13. However, in the event that the trees cannot be saved and the boardwalk cannot be built, upon review by the city manager, supplemental zones shall be installed. Approval of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, and allow all of the waivers, including number 7.
Very good. Is there a second?
Second, and a question after the second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to know, in her language, did she say that they would, in lieu of the boardwalk, that they would be installing the streetscape or the typical streetscape design, or I didn't, or is that just implied?
Leslie?
I did not say the word typical.
Okay, the streetscape design.
Yeah, the streetscape.
Okay, then no, nothing else.
So basically, it was if in fact we can't do the boardwalk as we're trying to do to save the trees, at the city manager's discretion, the applicant will put in the typical streetscape. Is that the way I understand it?
Along the existing street.
Along the existing
Yep.
street. Very good. Are there any other discussion items on this? All right, we have motion and second that I don't know that I was
Oh,
able.
wait, I have one more thing. I have a friendly amendment to Leslie's motion, and it's regarding the rapid rectangular flashing beacons for the crosswalk. And the amendment shall read, the applicant shall design and install rapid rectangular flashing beacon crosswalks at American Way per the review and approval of the Planning and Development Director prior to the issuance of the CO.
We good with that?
I'm good with that.
Very good. Is there any other discussion on this? All right, we have motion and second that I assume Leslie has all written out very nicely. She can give to the city clerk for the minutes with a friendly amendment from Mr. Mesa that I imagine he could do the same pertaining to a crosswalk. It was all approvals with some conditions of all the variances and waivers. All those in favor? And that passes unanimously. The next item we have is PZ 2020692, which is 2124 American Industrial Way.
Motion to approve with the following conditions. The development shall be constructed in substantial conformity with Exhibit A site plan dated and received November 10th. Throw me off there, Karen. November 10th, 2020, with the revisions required by the conditions and approval as reviewed and approved by the Planning and Development Director. Number 2, the applicant shall terrace and landscape the retaining walls adjacent to the building that exceed the maximum allowable height when visible from the right-of-way as viewed and approved by the Planning and Development Director. Number 3, when leased by non-residential tenants, signage shall adhere to the UDO requirements of Section 260-9A4 regarding size. Number 4, the level 1 unit at the south corner of the Flatiron Building labeled as 3A in the Exhibit A shall be a commercial use. Convertible space or residential shall not be permitted in that unit. Number 5, the proposed private road allocated along the northwest property line shall include access easement to allow future interparcel access adjacent to the parcels per the review and approval of the Planning and Development Director. Number 6, the rail trail segment abutting the private road located along the northwest property line shall be fully constructed by the applicant and dedicated for public use via perpetual easement prior to the issuance of any certificate of occupancy for the project. Number 7, the applicant shall ensure that all stucco building treatments are true 3-coat systems in lieu of synthetic stucco systems or EIFS or EIFS. Number 8, all space designated as commercial convertible in Exhibit A shall include grease traps, vent pipes to the roof at the time of initial construction to accommodate restaurant use at a later date. Number 9, the applicant shall design and install a rapid a rectangular rapid flashing beacon crosswalk at American Industrial Way per the review and approval of the Planning Development Director prior to the issue of CO. And that shall be one that's coordinated with the tables and chairs project. That's it.
Very good. Is there a second?
Second, and I'd like to make a friendly amendment.
Let's hear it.
Let me, hold on one second. The two-story commercial space leasing amenities convertible and leasing amenities convertible flanking the Alley Expression Plaza shall be allowed to be convertible, shall be allowed to be leasing space and amenity space, i.e. Gym, for 2 years from the date of the CO, that the CO is
Issued.
signed off on, issued.
What do you think, John?
Is that it? Well, I think just for correction, and Darren Collier can correct me, I think that only one of them is two-story and the other one is a single-story.
You are correct.
And then the other thing about it, did you want the whole entire, both of those spaces to convert, or it seems like you might have mentioned that you thought at least one of them should convert into the end of 2 years, but the other one could remain?
I think that in 2 years' time after the issuance of the CO, if it is deemed necessary that one of them remain, that it can be revisited then. So I would like to see them activated for the public. And I don't think that a private gym and a leasing amenity is something that the general public is going to want to come and visit.
John?
I'm thinking. It's a little different than I had previously mentioned, so I think I struggle with a little bit at totally accepting, but I would definitely accept it if it was one of the spaces, the ground floor spaces was, made to be converted after 2 years, and then, but the other can remain as because I think the leasing office needs to be up on that front corner, not behind a gate. And then if they put the gym up on the second floor, then, or wherever else, it doesn't matter. But I think you definitely want to keep one of the spaces.
Okay,
All right.
I accept your wording.
We good? All right. Is there any other discussion of this item? All right. We have motion second with John's got all the verbiage that I know he will have ready to present to the city clerk so that we can get it in the minutes. Leslie made a friendly amendment that was discussed about one of the two units that we talked about being convertible needed to be converted to a commercial use within 2 years, but not both of them. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. Next item, moving right along, we've got the police, parks and rec, finance, all doing good jobs. Public Works doing a good job too. They just had a lot of things we got to talk about. It's probably all Al's fault. First one is a resolution to install four-way stop intersection.
Motion to approve the resolution to install an all-way stop at the intersection of Plantation Lane, Ensign Court, and Ensign Drive, and the appropriate pavement markings and warning signs.
Second.
Very good. Is there any discussion? We have a motion and a second to approve the resolution to install a four-way stop intersection as described by Councilmember Mock. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. I'm having a hard time seeing John down there. We have another resolution, 2020 schedule of traffic regulation update.
Sorry, go ahead, Leslie.
Motion to approve the updated schedule of traffic regulations and ordinances.
Second.
All right. So with
Exciting
authority,
stuff,
with
exciting
authority. That was a second with authority. All right. We have motion and second then to approve the 2020 schedule of traffic regulations update as submitted by the staff. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? That passes unanimously. We have a pole attachment agreement.
Motion to approve the pole attachment agreement.
Second.
Is there any discussion? We have a motion and a second to approve the pole attachment agreement.
Now, let's be clear, this is like traffic sign poles, right?
You tell me, you made the motion.
Nothing.
All right, I'm not going to even repeat that. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. All right, we have award of contracts for on-call stormwater infrastructure response, installation, and repair services.
Motion to authorize the mayor to award contracts with the contractors as presented by staff for the on-call stormwater infrastructure response, installation, and repair services.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, motion is second then to award the contracts for on-call stormwater infrastructure response, installation, and repair services as recommended by staff. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. We have the approval of consultant for stormwater infrastructure and locate assessment.
Motion to authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with Pond for inventory and assessment services of the city's municipal storm system in an amount not to exceed $177,670.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, we have a motion second to approve a consultant agreement with Pond for stormwater infrastructure and locate assessment with amount not to exceed as stated by Councilmember Mott. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. Economic Development, boards, authorities, and committees. Everybody looks pretty bored at this point. City Attorney, we'll have we have one first read and one second read. Joe?
That's correct, Mayor. The first reading is an ordinance to revise Chapter 74 Solid Waste. Section 74-140 includes a definition of commercial sanitation firm. Persons engaged in that business will be allowed in the city upon receiving a license as set forth in Section 74-141. Commercial sanitation firms must have decals identifying their compactors and containers as in Section 142. If a stationary compactor unit must have prior approval of plans, must have special permit for handling special industrial waste. Scope and nature of operation includes their hours of operation and days of the week. 74-146 includes an infrastructure maintenance fee since commercial sanitation trucks can do some damage to the streets and the right-of-ways, so that's set forth in Section 146. And then insurance requirements are set forth in Section 147 with respect to general liability, environmental liability, and automobile liability coverage. And this is a first reading, so no vote required.
Very good. Thank you, Joe.
Next is the second reading of an ordinance to amend Article 3, Section 3 of the Charter, which is titled Mayor's Vote, Quorum, and Vote Required to Decide a Question. Since this is short, I'll read it. The mayor shall not have a vote except in case of a tie. The mayor or the mayor pro tem and 3 council members shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. 3 affirmative votes shall be required to decide any question pending before them. When the mayor and the mayor pro tem are both present at a meeting, the mayor pro tem shall vote as any other member of council. When the mayor is not present, the mayor pro tem shall not vote except in case of a tie. That's the second reading. Will require a vote.
Motion to approve the amendment to the city charter related to defining a quorum.
Second.
Any discussion? Right, we have a motion and second then to approve the amendment to the charter related to a quorum as read by the city attorney. All those in favor? That passes unanimously. All right. Everyone's favorite citizen comment. Going once, going twice. All right, we will need to go into executive session this evening. So I'll have to ask everyone to leave. And it will be pertaining to litigation and personnel.
Motion to motion to exit the regular council meeting. And
No, we don't have to
We don't
exit
do
the
that?
regular, no, we don't exit that. We just motion to go into executive session.
Okay, motion to go into executive session for personnel and real estate?
Litigation.
Litigation.
Second.
Very good. All those in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. We will have to go into executive session at this point. So appreciate y'all being here. We will reopen the meeting and open it to the public before we actually close the meeting.